Hey there, legends. This is Warne here, coach of the Warne Dawgs. This is Georgie.
Coach of the George Dawgs.
Right. This is where my life is at the moment. Way too busy. Day job sucks. The fantasy job sucks as well at the moment. Just so busy. But anyway, getting it all happening. So I wanted to put something out because I have been doing this on YouTube. It's a bit of a bonus, bit of an extra. A look at the Warne Dawgs as they stand and as they are looking. So let's get into it. All right, Georgie, last night's game, who played? What team's that? You can't read it. The Lions. It's the Lions. They got a good win against the Tigers. But Lachie Neale, 127 for those people that jumped on board there. He was very good. Probably the other fantasy relevance out of this game was obviously, I'll scroll down the list. Will Ashcroft, I've still got him. Looped him off my bench, which I'll show you in a minute. But 95 points for him. But then we got our two big boys, as they might be called by some others at times. We do have the Taranto. The number one pick by Calvin for Calvin's captains this week. He scored an 80, and that was from 86% time on ground, as you can see there. But then Josh Dunkley, the other one, 56% time on ground, a 72, because he was subbed out. A bit of a calf issue, they said. He should be right, but they are playing against the Eagles next week, and the Eagles aren't very good, and they may not want him to. You could sit out that game. Anyway, that's just of note there. The other one that was good, if anyone's still rocking with, where is he? Dusty Wilmot scored an 87, so nice work if you're doing that, especially if you have that opportunity to loop him on. If he's sitting at your D7 with an emergency, wow, you could be choosing him over, like if you were grabbing Himmelberg, for example, that could be an interesting thing. All right, let's get into the team. Oh, the teams. The Sunday teams, wanted to quickly look at that. So what we've got here, let's just get back to that. So, no, get back to me there. Whoops. That's better. What do we got? Hawthorn and Carlton. So Wingard's back in for his first game. I actually got rid of him from our Keeper League. We did a mid-season draft, and he was my out. Fergus Green, Josh Water in. Mackenzie's omitted. Kazitsky omitted. Bramble omitted. And Brockman is out with illness. So when you're looking at that side there, screaming it in the back pocket. I don't hate that pick at all, especially if Bramble's being omitted out of that. Carlton, Curnow and Silvani are the ends. Pitney injured, Cottrell suspended, Paddy Dow omitted. Let's get into Melbourne and GWS. So this is in Alice Springs. Now, I believe that it is going to be 8 degrees there. Alice Springs. I thought it was always hot. Anyway, Ben Brown, Jake Bowie, Jake Harms come in. So Spargo was the sub. He's out. Jordan, Hibbard. But JVR, Jacob Van Rooyen, the big Roo, has been omitted. So if you still got him, just, dump him now. He's worth a fair bit of coin, so just get rid of him however you can. GWS, bring back Cumming and Hogan. So Cadman's been omitted. Ooh, a big Ford omitted. Whitfield out with his suspension, which is just this week. And Angwin, who was a sub. So Himmelberg's still named at centre-half back. But just, you got Hogan in for Cadman, so that's not too much of an issue, but it's just that any of those little flags at times where you go, ooh, Himmelberg. Could he go forward at some point? The last game, Elliot Yeo's out injured. Marek has been omitted for anyone rolling with him on the bench, so there could be some dead benches in the forward line for some coaches. Samo Prashevsky-Seaton is out as well. Cripps and Hearn come in. So Seb Ross is in for the Saints. Patton's omitted, and Sharman, who's been the sub a bit, he's out there. So just to look at that, Windhager named there on the in the middle, so that's a win. So is Jack Steele, who lets me segue to my team. Let's get into it. Let's look at what the Warthogs are doing here. So, haven't made any changes. What do you reckon of the Warne Dawgs, George? Are they a good team? Yes or
Yes.
no? Yes. All right. Let's have a look. So, haven't made any trades, yes. So all I've had was, Will Ashcroft will come on as my emergency Blake Jury's there. What that's done, though, I don't have another option to do a loop-de-doop. So therefore, I can't loop between Windhager and Sheldrick. And I'm choosing Windhager over Sheldrick because that's the position I'm in. I can do some looping with my midfield and my forward line for those rookie spots. So what my trades are, let's do them anyway. Should we get into it? my trades will be Bailey Humphrey. So let's go here. Bailey Humphrey's out, and the other... So, actually, I might just do that one straight up. And so that's going to be Himmelberg. I don't love it, but at 570, that works. You know, they're basically the same price, or what was it? What is it? 25k the difference, so that's worth spending if you've got that coin there to do that. Then the other trade was, I could have been doing a bit of a rookie move, but definitely not now that I can take a 95 there from Ashcroft. So it's Matt Rao who needs to go. His break even is ridiculous too, just quietly. So can I look at it from there? I think I can. Yeah, 131. He's got the Pies, who are getting easier to score against, but mate, look at that. So I picked him up half of that 124, thinking he could be all right. 73, 80, 68. No. What a buy disaster that was. So anyway, here he goes. And where I'm going is to, I've got 811k. Should I go by price? There's a price on this. Oh, the price was on here. Anyway, I'm going to Jack Steele. Jack Steele is the man that comes in for me now. It's risky. I'm just hoping at under 800k, he works for me. So they are my moves for my team. Now, what do you think, George? Are they decent moves?
Yeah.
Yep, they'll work, will they?
Yes.
Will I get more points?
Yes.
Let's hope so. So here we go. That's where I am at with my side now. So I did do the loop of, did the VC on Tim Taranto, as most coaches would have done last night, I would have thought. Don't blow in it, mate. And the other one was... so I'm going to go Rory Laird as my captain. So that's put Jack Steele into there. Yep, that's all right. And then I've got Himmelberg there as my F5. Obviously, can rotate there with Sheasel, which isn't bad, little DPPing. And I don't have the loop. I'm just choosing Windhager over Sheldrick. It's just purely match up. Sheldrick obviously had a great score last week. He's against Geelong, so that's my worry on that. It's going to hurt me when he has a big score sitting there on the bench, and I'm waiting all the way till Sunday for Windhager. But that's my call there. Well, hopefully it works out all right. So that's the Warne Dawgs, where they're at. They're the trades. What else have I got there? 31k left in the bank. So the plan is next week, and it was probably before Will Ashcroft's 95 that he had, to get Callum Mills. So it'll be Ashcroft to Callum Mills, which is basically a straight swap sort of thing. And then whatever else comes along, meaning I've got still a rookie there at the F6 spot. We'll have to see how things can work out and how things go there, because I am in that position where I've got some bench cover, and I've got, which part of that is the cash generation. So I've got Hewitt, Ashcroft and Johnson are the three battling out for that one spot, which is almost the thing if Mills isn't there, if Mills isn't picked up next week, it could work all right. So the other thing I did flirt with, instead of getting Jack Steele, was to get Ben Key, so he could then go into the forward line next week and still keep that rotation going. But I don't want to get too pretty with that. I might as well go Jack Steele, who I believe is going to be a better player for my team than old mate Keys. But Keys should be closer to a top 6 for the forwards, etc. Anyway, that's what it is. I'm going to have to, deal with it, with however that works there along the way. That is pretty much all I want to talk about. As I said, life has got in the way a little bit of trying to do the content that I want to do and to try to work out. So apologies for that. We'll be back on Sunday night for the live stream as part of Patreon. So if you haven't checked that out before, sign up for the the next couple of months we've got left. It's going to be fun. Every Sunday night we'll do that after the lockout. Oh, not when lockout lifts. It's when the game finishes. We'll talk some rubbish about our teams through the games and, make that first little... it's a great conversation point to go straight out of the round talking about that. So we appreciate everyone who is on there and jumps on. It is a lot of fun. It's a bit more looser than any of our other content that we do. So hopefully, I think a lot of people do enjoy that, especially over a couple of beers, which is good. So that is coming up. The other things that are coming up is Perth. That is, less than 2 weeks away now. It's 2 weeks to the time of doing the Friday show, which is sold out, but there are tickets available for Thursday night at the Campfield, Thursday the 13th of July. Are you going to think, is it going to be good when Dad's away, George? Yes or no?
No.
Oh, why not? Don't you want Dad to go away?
I'll miss you.
Oh, I'll miss you too, mate. But we are going over there to do our show with our mates in Perth, the fantasy footy capital of Australia. And that will be a lot of fun. But yes, Georgie, I'll miss you as well, mate. Hey, what happened to your mouth? Do you want to tell everyone what happened to your mouth? Smile. What happened?
Out.
Your tooth fell out, did it?
Yes.
Yeah. And the tooth fairy came.
Yes.
You're pretty lucky, aren't you? How much did you get?
4.
$4. I got 20 cents. Why did you get so much? I had a word with the tooth fairy. Can't afford that in this day and age. It's all right. Put it towards a house deposit, mate. You might need to keep. You might have to go and start harvesting some teeth elsewhere from other people. Anyway, you knew what that meant. I get laughs everywhere. Hilarious. Thanks for being here, Georgie. Sorry that Georgie was here for everyone. I think everyone would have liked to see the big demon. You've had a big day at school. What did you do at school? What was the story you were doing?
The grappler.
Mouse took a stroll through the
dark wood.
A fox saw the mouse and the...
And the mouse looked good.
Where are you going to, little brown mouse? Come and have...
Tea in my underground house.
There you go. Story time. All right. Thanks for tuning in. And sorry for not having the Friday Fantasy fill up on DT Talk. There will be plenty of content all around. It's been one of those days, couple of weeks, 3 months. Don't know. We've got 9 rounds to go, and I'm really counting down to the end of it at the moment, especially when you've got a bad team like mine. All right. Thanks, legends. Good luck for round 16. And we'll see you on Sunday night and then next week for all the content that we have on afl.com.au, TT Talk and Patreon, everywhere there. Thanks, legends. See ya.